Let's chat about that when we go live. 1 sec. Keep it all in. You're right to do the adding me into TikTok thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get my phones ready. All right. Well, if anyone's watching, welcome to the live, guys. Sam and I have not been live for a few days. We missed a few last week, didn't we?
We did. Busy last week.
It was very busy. I can only imagine it's going to get busier as well.
Yes, I think so.
I've been signed into the right profile.
Just on our TikTok.
Okay. Okay, right. Let's go live on TikTok as well. Okay, right. I think we're good. Yeah, we're live. Perfect. I'll wait for you to invite me in.
Just sorting out my picture. Excuse me.
Thank you. All right, welcome to the live, guys. Everyone joining over there on TikTok. Sam and I are just getting set up. We were not live a lot last week, so we were a bit rusty. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine. Probably a lot of you are suffering in it because you're like me. You're very unused to it. Felt like a long winter, didn't it? And this summer's been blisteringly hot. There we go. Right. Cool. I think we're good too. Welcome to the live, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name's Sean and this is Sam. We're here to talk making money online, financial freedom, utilizing Amazon FBA. And I think today we can mix it up by talking about a few other platforms as well today, just to differentiate the lives a bit. Sam and I are actually going to start planning content on these lives as well. I think we're going to make some presentations, maybe some live demos. And we are actually planning to do our first webinar at the end of this month. So at the end of the month, we'll do a free webinar on how to do sourcing for beginners. We did this as a paid offer quite a few months ago, and it was really successful. People really enjoyed it. So we figured we'd offer it as a free one to a lot of people. Sam, how are you today, my friend?
I'm good, thank you, mate. I'm just scanning some pasta down me quickly while I've got 2 minutes. But yeah, good.
Good. How are you guys doing today as well? How is everyone in this live? Did you all have a good weekend? Sam's birthday was on Saturday and mine was on Sunday. So we both had a really good weekend. That's why we were quite quiet.
Best weekend of the year.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was nice to have some time off. I caught up with friends, chilled in the sun. My Whoop told me my recovery was like 30% just because I got blasted by the sun. What did you get up to on yours? It's like the waiter when he comes and asks you how your meal is and you're mouthful.
Honestly, it's the worst. Mine was good, mate. I went to a hotel all weekend. Nice hotel, had a nice swimming pool. Yeah, nice food, lots of cocktails. It was fantastic, mate. Perfect weekend, to be honest with you. The weather was great. Watched the football, so no complaints.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Waking up to England winning against Norway. That was a great result.
You didn't stay up and watch it then?
Nah, I'm not gonna stay awake until 1 a.m. That's I'm not that guy, not anymore.
I guess if there wasn't for extra time, I would have quite finished at 12, wouldn't it? But yeah, the extra time was just long. I think I was in. We were watching in the hotel. We watched the first half there, and then I thought, I can't be asked to stay down here. So we went up to the room and then watched the second half in the room. And then when it got to extra time, I was like, oh, this is long. And I think I sort of fell asleep halfway through extra time, to be honest.
Yeah, I watched the game literally the next morning without looking at the scores or anything. So it was very, it was a nail biter. But yeah, I couldn't be bothered to stay awake.
The first half was so boring.
Yeah, it wasn't as action packed. Anyway, Athea, you said, I have a cards to cash payment pending on my bank statement, but nothing in order history. Not sure I should rebuy. It was £200 Sports Direct gift card, and I had an identity verification email, which it should come through, but nothing yet. Systems may have glitched. No, Athea, can you drop me a message on Discord? And I will actually, you don't have to go through me. If you go through the live chat, just tell them what's happened and give the email address. They'll get back to you. And if they don't, contact me directly on Discord and I'll let them know. Sounds like it might be like a verification, a pending verification glitch where it just hasn't gone through. But yeah, if you talk to them on the live chat, if they don't get back to you within a day, message me and I'll contact them for you. Athea, hi Sean, can you see my comments? I may be getting filtered. No, not at all. Sam and I were just catching up before we got started. Apologies for the delay. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Elliot, hi Sean, any chance I could show you something on Discord? It's in relation to a decent high ROI ASIN. Haven't bought it yet, but maybe in a void. Yeah, sure, why not? Go for it. Hope you're doing well, Elliot. Hope you had a good weekend. Athea, okay, sure, thank you, no problem at all. All right, let's see what Elliot's got.
Do you want me to review a listing?
Okay, right. So Elliot, you're asking me about transparency, the transparency program. What that means is Amazon has a specific program that is there to add an extra barcode label on the product, for example, where they just validate that the stock is authentic. If you are buying from a major retailer, you cannot get transparency codes from them because it is an Amazon specific thing. If you're purchasing from Amazon directly, it's very likely they have the transparency codes because, again, you're purchasing from Amazon directly. I have bought A2A leads before where Amazon didn't have transparency barcodes on the product. So unfortunately, it didn't work. But that's one instance out of many where it has. Once you get the codes, you can add them into this application and you will be allowed to sell it. But as I say, you can only get them through A2A. You can't get them through OA. Athea, hope you both had a good weekend too. Yeah, we did. Thank you. It was really good. We were both. You were 34 as well, right, Sam?
35, mate. Unfortunately,
35. 1 year ahead of me. Yeah, I turned 34. Sam 35. We're essentially one step closer to 40, which is terrifying. Okay, right. So, someone in our team who's usually in the background, she's actually off today. So we've give you guys some updates. Seller Smart, Reese has been working very hard in the background to upgrade our new warehouse that we're moving into for Prep Smart. So when we move into the new prep center, it's actually going to be marketed as a 3PL, a third-party logistics. So we will be working with people from many niches, not just Amazon. We're very excited about that. And the owner of the building actually has a much larger warehouse that he wants to give us. It doesn't make sense for us right now, but it could be the case where within 6 months we upgrade to a bigger unit, which is very exciting. And what was the other thing I needed to update everyone on today? So we had the warehouse. We've also just hired our 16th staff member. So she's just started today. We've got someone to come in and help with the with some of the social media comments and DMs and things like that. Someone who's going to, what would you call that? Like, yeah, well, someone who's going to help with social media messages and everything, because we're getting a lot of messages now, so we want to make sure that those don't get missed. So that person has joined the team today, just onboarded them today, and yeah, really excited about our growth. It's getting very interesting. The team is getting very large at this point.
There's a lot of people. I didn't realize there's so many people.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty decent. Elliot. It's over £100 on Amazon per unit, so prob's going to need to stay away from that. Yeah, unfortunately, if you go on the Amazon listing, you can actually see if a product is enrolled in the transparency program on the listing. It's usually just below the cost of the product. It will say enrolled in transparency program, so that's how you can tell if you're safe to buy or not. Obviously, when you add the ASIN as well, it will tell you in Seller Central too. Athea, oh wow, same birthdays. Yeah, very close. Mine's 12th of July 1992. Sam's is 11th of July 1991, I would assume, if you're 35.
There you go, mate. You're clever, aren't you? Quick maths.
Quick maths. Nothing wrong with 40, mate. Terry, you are not wrong. Nothing wrong with 40. I'll tell you what, guys, every year I've gotten older, life has gotten better. So I think as long as you take care of yourself and as long as you stay young at heart, it only gets better as you get older, in my experience. Morgs managed to do 100 less in sales in 1 week than the whole of last month. Managed to do £100 less in sales in 1 week than the whole of last month. Morgs, that is amazing. That's really good growth. Well done. What are we in now? We're in July. Is that for this week in July in comparison to June? That's really good going, mate. Congratulations. It's a really good example to everyone else in the chat. This is how scale happens, right? Scale on Amazon or in any business, to be fair, as long as you're consistent, it can be really good and really fast. Right. So any other updates?
My connection's terrible. I don't know if it's the same for anyone else. You're really.
It is.
Oh, it is my connection.
Yeah, to be honest, it's always pretty bad.
I don't know what is going on.
For the last week in July, momentum starting to build as more stock going in. Yeah, that's amazing. So, Morgs, I'm just going to call you Morgan. Morgan, you're a really good example of what I say to people all the time. When you're reinvesting and compounding over 6 to 12 months, the first 3 to 6 months can be quite slow, but then the compound growth kicks in, your ability and your skills get better, your knowledge base in your database gets better, and it starts to get quite exponential. So you doing your entire last months in a week is amazing. And I bet next month, if you keep going, it'll be even better. So that's a really good real life example of how this grows and scales, as long as you're willing to push through the hurdles and everything like that. Are you still with us, Sam? You look frozen. You still there, Sam?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to sort out my tech issues as always.
And Athea said, hit 1K and less than 4 days later, almost got 2K revenue. The momentum is definitely a thing. Yeah, 100%. Athea, that is incredible. Great job. Seriously, well done. You've been really consistent. You've been joining these lives, asking lots of questions. We get really excited when people do well, because obviously we're promoting a business model. So the more people that it's successful with, the better. And there's such an obvious correlation. The people that are consistent and willing to learn and keep growing, improving, do really well. The people who kind of get, hit off balance a bit easy by problems, those are the ones who typically do not so well. And it's nothing, nothing against them personally at all. Everyone has a personality for different things. So what works really well for me might not work really well for you in terms of strategies and things like that. And you just have to figure out if you've got the temperament and disposition for Amazon, because as I say it all the time, it's not for everyone, but damn, it's good when it works, especially if you can push through those problems. And the more you learn about business, especially selling online, the more you realize that no platform is perfect. I think Hormozy says it all the time. Every business owner thinks the grass is always greener, and in another niche, they think, oh, that niche looks so easy. And then as soon as you go into it, you realize it has just as many headaches as yours does. So we just, the poison we choose to pick is, bad metaphor, but the platform we choose to pick is Amazon. And over the next coming months, we'll be talking more and more and more about other platforms, because obviously these days when you sell online, there's a lot of options. As long as you manage your time correctly, you can do very well by selling on multiple platforms. So yeah, we'll have a chat a bit about that today, as long as Sam's connection is good.
I think it's all right. I can hear you.
Yeah, you seem fine now, actually. You've lost
I changed my internet thing and it should be, I think it's all right now.
Yeah, perfect. You're not laggy anymore.
Good.
You're very informative. Like I said, it's much appreciated. Well, thank you very much. We're here to guide and give advice, but you guys do the hard work. So I really appreciate it. But you've applied yourself and you've done the work. So bravo, well done. Elliot, this might be a bit personal, but how much did you start with? You're doing amazing. Thank you. No worries. I started with just over £500 in stock. There you go. I say that all the time, don't we? We say there's no point really starting with less than £1,000, but you can. It's just harder and slower. Athea, you've done it and you're growing and scaling. So bravo again.
Yeah, that's good. That's impressive, to be fair.
Yeah, who's the other one? There's Shao Alex as well, isn't it? Shao started
Yeah,
with 500, and now he's done very well.
yeah, definitely.
Aiden Madden, why are you not answering my question? Where is your question? Aiden, if you've asked me another question, I don't know why, but it's not showing in the chat, so that's why I'm not answering your question. What was your question, bud? Athea, you've scaled so well with I'm doing great, just being stuck for the past few days. Yeah, it happens. It's the ebb and flow, isn't it? It's not going to be perfectly linear all the way up. I think most people go up and down, but as long as you're trending upwards in the long run, that's how it works. Yeah, fair enough. Had a slow period as well, just keeping up with the results, and the results will come. Yeah, 100%. Persistence and consistency over time. Aiden, what was your question, mate? If you're still there, let me know. Uncle Graffiti, what's the stream about? I just realized we still have not added the Amazon FBA thing. So SellerSmart is a company. So we are a company that have developed an ecosystem for Amazon FBA sellers. Very soon, we're going to be marketing more as a 3PL because our prep center is expanding. But we sell products online. We sell products on Amazon FBA. We do the arbitrage model. So we focus on online arbitrage, Amazon to Amazon, and wholesale. And yeah, Sam and I have some really big plans, which Sam, after this call, I actually need to talk to you about the brand direct stuff we have, but we've got some really good plans with brand direct.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okie dokie. Right, what else was there? So yeah, we missed a couple of streams last week. We've been a little inconsistent, so I do apologize to you guys for that. I've been in and out of the hospital for baby scans a lot, so that was why I was inconsistent last week. And to be honest with you, it wasn't just that. We had an incredibly busy month last night where SellerSmart did really, really well. We had a record month, and we had a lot to do in that time. I've got some very, very exciting social media things planned up in the lineup that are going to be kicking in end of this year, which is another thing I have to chat to the team about. So we're going to be going really hard on socials. You're probably going to get sick of us and see a lot of us. We'll probably start doing a lot more advertising and things like that. We are really wanting to push and scale SellerSmart to see how far we can take it. So yeah, guys, stay tuned for that. Come along for the journey as well on our social media. We do post Amazon education content, but we're going to be posting a lot more like building the brand content soon. Because to be honest with you, when we go live, we do a lot of Amazon education on the lives. So I think the content can lean a bit more towards us building our brand. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Obviously, if there's content you want to see, let me know. Our YouTube channel is going to be very heavily focused on Amazon education because it's long form. It's a bit easier to do that. And yeah, Sam, I've got a good talking point for you, just because I know it's been quite me focused today. You were saying the other day the mentorship is going really well. We're only getting 5-star reviews, but you are getting super busy, right? You're starting at 6 and finishing at 11.
Yeah, I'm working more now than I ever have worked, which is the complete opposite of why I wanted to start Amazon, if I'm honest with you. It's been flat out. Like, I think people in the mentorship are just messaging at all hours. There's certain people who they work during the days and they don't they send a load of questions for it like 11 o'clock, like midnight. So then I wake up and I see all these questions. I wake up generally pretty early anyway because I've got kids. So I'm messaging people back at like 6 a.m. And then I need to focus on that Amazon for a few hours. I'm not really giving Amazon the attention it needs to be honest with you. And I need to really switch that up and start doing more Amazon work. And then, yeah, I'm on calls, find out I'm on calls quite a lot. And then just messaging people back all the time. Just constantly getting messages from anyone and everyone. And loads of it is like deal reviews as well. So none of it's like a quick question which you can just respond sort of yes, no, or explain sort of briefly. The explanation generally needs like an in-depth message. And then deal reviews, you always need to do on a laptop or computer. Like, I can't just do a deal review on my phone. You miss so much stuff on your phone. So I need to be on my computer and laptop to do all that. And then it's been full on, like super busy. Obviously, we're getting more and more people come in, which is great. But yeah, at the minute it has been it's been crazy busy.
Right, Dan Sully said, can you talk about A to A, some tips? Yeah, we talk about A to A quite often in the lives, to be fair. We do about a 50-50 split with arbitrage and A to A. Some good tips for A to A. Honestly, you need Keeper and Seller Amp SaaS, so that's just the foundation for everyone. You need both. When you're doing Amazon to Amazon, you're going to be using Keeper a lot. So you've got Keeper Product Finder when you've got some good filters. So in our mentorship, we provide people with Keeper filters that are really good for A to A. You've got Keeper Deals, that's really good. And you've got Keeper Trackers. Keeper Trackers is really important to max those out, which they used to be 1,000, but someone told me the other day it's increased. Is that right?
What used to be 1,000?
The amount of Keeper Trackers you can add per account. Someone told me they thought it was more than that, but it used to be 1,000, Mac. I haven't checked in a while though.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I've never hit the limit, and I just track everything. Like, I must have thousands on there. Don't know. Let me have a little look. I'll see what it says. But I don't really know there was much for it. Oh, 10,000.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's fair. 10,000. That's way more than I thought. So there you go. You got 10,000 products that you're allowed to track on Keeper, and the way you utilize that is, if you're doing Amazon to Amazon, right, on the buy box, you can see the big orange graph on the buy box is Amazon selling. If you can find listings where that price goes down and then comes back up, that's an opportunity for an A to A purchase. So you can set up your tracker and you can say, hey, the product is selling at £100 historically. When it drops down to 50, send me a notification to Telegram or to my email. And when it goes back up, when it goes down to 50, I can buy it. And then when it goes back up to 100, I can resell it for a profit. So you want to utilize your trackers, add as many as you can. You want to utilize Keeper Deals, where you set good filters and you should see products, and then Keeper Product Finder for good filters. We don't share those filters. Those are just for people in our mentorship. But if you can nail those, play around with them, potentially even just use AI as well and ask AI what it would recommend for it, like Claude or GPT. And keep very, very aware of opportunities like spring deals, Prime Days, Black Friday. Those are amazing opportunities for A to A. Would you add anything else to that, Sam?
I don't think so. I think a mix up. I had a call with someone in the mentorship just before this. And I think if you can mix up Keeper Product Finder and Keeper Deals, you can find a lot of stuff. I know people who do like $1 million a year just on A to A stuff. If you miss a deal, make sure you track it. I think EU A to A is huge as well. So yeah, adding EU A to A in it is massive. But yeah, look, there's so much money you can make with A to A's. It's hard to really give out. I don't really want to give out too many tips and tricks, to be honest with you, just because we kind of save them for the guys in the mentorship. But as I said, like, I know people who do like $1 million a year and it's just on A to A. So you can definitely, you can make a lot of money through doing it if you know what you're doing, for sure.
For sure. Athea, with Keeper Trackers, is there a better way to organize them? As at the moment, I just have email notifications or check on the site. Yeah, I connect it to Telegram. I like to connect it to Telegram, and I'm really attentive. If the trackers are not good, I switch them off because I don't want it to be wasted noise. I want it to be actually beneficial. Set up as many as you can. You can also set trackers on retail websites as well, which are we giving away how you do that, other than our software does that? But
yeah, just the software. There's no other way to do
it. Yeah, damn right. No other way to do it. So yeah, you can do it that way. But Keeper Trackers is really big. A lot of people who have really big Amazon businesses, I'm talking like 30 to 50K revenue months. I've spoken to so many people where their entire business model is Keeper Trackers. They just set so many and they pay attention to the sales. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on those if you're not using them already.
Yeah, they make a huge difference for like they make a huge difference for like Prime Days, spring deals, all that sort of thing. Because if something drops once, it usually drops again. So yeah, 100% keeper trackers can make you so much money over the years, and you can track them for a max of up to 10 years as well. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Like I got trackers which I set years and years ago, and they still drop now, and they still they still find me profitable products. So it's really good.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you don't use Telegram, by the way, emails are fine. It's just what I found is I don't pay attention to my emails as much as I do. Obviously, a notification on my phone from Telegram is a lot more noticeable.
Telegram is actually quicker with Telegram as well.
Yeah, it is. So definitely worth doing. It can be a little distracting. Like if you're trying to work and you're just getting pings coming up, that can be a little distracting. So it might, if you don't want to interrupt your like flow state work hours, then you could just periodically check it. That's a way to get around that and not have notifications. But obviously everyone is different. I'm sure a lot of people watching this call are quite easily watching this live, I should say, are quite easily distracted at times. Who isn't these days, right? So if you're in those periods where you're in deep flow of work, don't allow yourself to get too distracted.
Yeah, agreed.
Hi, have you tried Profit Go? If so, do you rate it? We actually have our own software, so I haven't tried any other competitor softwares, to be honest. Obvious, huh?
I've never heard of it either.
Profit Go is Profit Sweep's version of Amazon SellerAmp, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we recommend softwares like SellerAmp SaaS, Keeper's a unicorn of a product, and SDK. Profit Path, Profit Sweep, whoever it is, I think they're two different companies. They're very similar softwares to us, so I haven't tried them, and obviously wouldn't recommend them or any other competitor software. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but obviously we have our own software. But yeah, when ours is out, be sure to give it a try. It'll be free during beta. It's in a waitlist right now. Sam gave some good feedback today that Cal has been on a stag do the last few days, so he's been away. And our software is confusing quite a few people during the testing phase. So we knew that was going to be the case. It has a lot of features, and we knew customer education was going to be one of the biggest challenges that we overcome. And obviously, good user interface design is really important. So all really good feedback that we're going to take and work on and try to make it as user friendly and accessible as possible. Sam, to answer your question earlier, I think the sourcing tools are not available to anyone in the mentorship using it for free yet, because it costs us quite a lot of money for that to be the case. So I think those modules have been switched off, but they will be switched on soon.
Interesting. That's good to know, to be fair. I can let the guys know that. I didn't realize that was the case.
Yeah, I need to confirm with Cal that's what's going on. Obviously, he changes stuff quite a lot, so I just want to confirm with him that's what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we will be letting more people onto it very soon. It's just that software's been burning a hole in our pockets for a long time now. It's we need to start getting out and making money from it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Athea said, fair enough, I'll try that. Thank you. No problem at all. Oh, I just got a lovely breeze from the window. It's not as hot as it was, but it's still pretty hot, isn't it?
It's very hot down here. Yeah, it's still super, super hot.
Okie dokie. Right. Do you guys have any other questions? If not, I will jump into some talking points. What I said at the start of the live is that Sam and I were going to talk about other platforms today. So obviously we're niched down on Amazon, and to a lot of the beginners watching this, focusing on one platform at a time is the right way to approach it. You don't want to confuse yourself and split your time by learning too many different things. But one thing that we do in the background quite a lot is we do a lot of eBay. We sell a lot of returns and ungated products on eBay. One really good way to do that is to cross-list your inventory from Amazon onto other platforms. So there are tools like Joe Lister allows you to sync your Amazon inventory onto eBay, and then there's other softwares called CrossLister where you can list your stock from eBay to Facebook to Vinted and everything like that. It's not perfect, and obviously all of them have a cost. So say they cost you like 25 to 30 pounds per month, you have to be profiting a lot more than that for it to be worth your time, obviously. Otherwise, it's just an unnecessary expense. But it can be really good. My first Joe Lister sale, I had a power tool that was really slow selling on Amazon. I listed it on eBay and I made about 35% profit margin on it, not ROI, profit margin. And it sold really quickly. So basically, it paid the entire year's subscription to Joe Lister in one sale. And I was hooked from there. I used it for everything. It's kind of janky. The UI, the user interface isn't perfect, but it does the job. You have to get your settings right. Otherwise, you can sell products for a price that's not good. But it is worth it. It's good to go. Do you use Joe Lister or do you use any other cross-listing tools?
I don't use any of them. I don't like them. I guess I've said this before. I'm a very lazy Amazon seller, and Joe Lister requires far too much interaction for me. When you're listing stuff on eBay and Amazon, you can't just match Amazon's price. So you've got like a couple of settings on Joe Lister. One of them is just match whatever Amazon's price is, or I guess match whatever the profit you're making on Amazon is going to be the same profit you're going to make on eBay. And a lot of the time, it's just not going to be. It's not the right setting to have because the price on eBay needs to be kind of different. Sometimes you need to be more competitive, or you can price a bit higher, and it just requires far too much manual interaction for me. Like you're constantly, for me, going on Joe Lister and just changing all of eBay's prices, and I don't want to do that. I don't even want to do that on Amazon. So I don't want to have to then do it on another platform, and I just feel like the extra work I had to do was just not worth the time, to be honest with you. And I was barely covering their fees every single month, doing more work, and it was just it wasn't for me, so I stopped using it.
Yeah, fair. I worked with Joe Lister a lot, so I really nailed the settings on mine. So I worked really hard on refining the settings, and it was really good for me. But it still is additional work. And to be honest, like I've tried having eBay virtual assistants as well, which have never worked out. But I think if you could get the integration between an Amazon VA who runs your Amazon admin and or an eBay one or a cross-platform one that handles all the cross listings, the pricing, the customer queries on other platforms, that could be a really good setup. I've not nailed it perfectly myself, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've done it and it's worked. I always had the vision that would be something that worked really well. I might give it another go at some point down the line, especially when we're doing more brand direct and private label. I'm definitely going to do it for that because, if you're doing brand direct where you're one of a few authorized sellers, or you've got a private label product, you want to sell everywhere you can and then double down on the platforms that are working. Are you selling frequently on any other platforms other than eBay and Amazon, obviously?
eBay, Amazon, the odd bit on Vinted, but to be honest, it's not much. Like the only stuff on Vinted is like returns, and it's just dirt cheap, and it's not really, you're not really selling on Vinted to make a profit. It's more just selling on Vinted just to clear stock. So for me, it's Amazon and eBay, to be honest with you, and that's kind of it. There's a lot of other platforms you can use though. Like you can use like Superdrug got one, B&Q, obviously OnBuy, even Temu. I've been hassled all the time by the people at OnBuy and Temu to try and get set up on their platforms. But I haven't done anything with it, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, just Amazon and eBay, mate. I think between those two, it takes up enough of my time as it is, let alone mixing sort of, putting anything else in the mix, to be honest.
Yeah, I know someone who's tested Temu and he did really well with it very quickly, but he's a private label seller.
Yeah, although I think Temu's really good for private label stuff.
Yeah, and I know the guy who does the network architecture for OnBuy, so I'm going to have a chat with him and potentially look into that down the line because obviously he's very technical. So if you can give me any insights, that'll be cheeky and useful.
Yeah, OnBuy. Yeah, I don't know. It could be good, to be fair. I don't know. I've never used it. You always get told just to stay away from OnBuy because it's just full of fake products or scammy sellers. I'm sure if they trying to obviously change it and get more people on the platform, then it could go quite well. But yeah, I've never really used it to know much about it, to be honest.
Elliot, you said, how do you track products on Keeper? So I'm going to bring up an Amazon listing on my side. I'm not going to be able to share my screen just because I'm cross posting on different places. If you go down on an Amazon listing until you see your keeper chart, go to the bottom, do it on the desktop or a laptop. Don't do it on your phone. Do it on there. You've got tabs along the top of Keep It that say price history, track product, data, variations, and settings. Obviously, you want to click track product. Say the product is baseline selling at 100 and you want it to tell you, you want it to send you a notification when it's selling you for 50. You want to change the buy box, the Amazon, and the new price to 50. And you can actually hit a toggle that says alert me when it's more or less, meaning if a product is really low and you want to resell it when the price goes back up, you can also set keeper trackers to say, hey, send me a notification when this product's price is recovered. So keeper trackers are really, really good. And like, I personally think the tracker tab is quite obvious and there as long as you're using Keeper, as I say, on a desktop or a laptop. So if people are missing that, I would really recommend exploring all the softwares you use. Just click around, play around with settings, see what they do, talk to AI, check YouTube. I'll do more YouTube tutorials on all of them. But if you're not playing around with everything and not taking full advantage of it, you're going to be missing out. And Keeper Trackers is a big one. You definitely don't want to be sleeping on that.
100%. A lot of people miss so many functions of all the tools. Like Keeper can do so much. People will know like a very small amount of what it can actually do, and they just never really look into it. And it's something we go through the mentorship as well. It's just trying to use as much out of get as much out of Keeper as possible, and just using all the little tools and functionality of it. Because you'll win a lot more in the long run if you know how to use it properly. Terry's just said, can you claim import duty back the same as VAT? No, you can't. Import duty, although it depends. So when you buy something abroad, you get charged import duty, and then you also get charged VAT as well. The VAT you can, but the import duty you can't, because it's not classed as a VAT or anything you can claim back. So no, you can't. But also, this depends where you're buying from as well. So if you're buying from Amazon, you still can't, because the way they invoice is very confusing, and it's not listed out on the invoice at all. So there's nothing on the Amazon invoice which states this is import duty, this is VAT, or anything like that. Only the VAT of the actual product, but nothing to do with the import VAT. So even with an Amazon invoice, you can't really claim it back. But if you're buying from anywhere outside of Amazon, then yeah, you can claim back the VAT on the import cost.
Yeah, always a really good idea to talk to your accountant as well, because they all want to manage and keep track of that stuff differently. So definitely have a chat with your accountant about that.
Yeah, Terry Tibbs.
Godders, what does your software do? Convince me to buy it. Godders, I wish I could. I can't convince you to buy it. It's actually not buyable right now. It's only being used by the people in our mentorship. So it's in alpha testing. It's been tested by about 40 to 45 people. When it's in beta, you can sign up to the wait list right now. When it's in beta, it will be free. You can test it completely for free. We had automated Airtable databases in our own Amazon stores, and we had software to find leads. So what we did was we just combined them. So we have the software is very fully AI integrated. It tells you exactly what to do. It automates a lot of the admin, and it has really good sourcing features that aren't available anywhere else. So we've been very unique with what we've built. And the reason we don't market it is because we don't want other people with bigger developer teams to just rip us off and try and claim that they made the ideas, because this happened before. When it's out of alpha, when it's in beta, it'll be tested by everyone for free. And when it's out, it will be a 3-tier subscription model thing, just like any other software. Low usage, middle usage, high usage, and then enterprise is likely what it's going to be. It helps you with everything, mate. It helps you with all the admin, with the automations, reducing the amount of time in your business, sourcing. I don't want to give too much away, but if you want to sign up to the waitlist, you can, and anyone in our mentorship gets to use it straight away. One of the tools that we have, so we have 35 features. One of them that we have is the auto ungated tool. So if you have access to our software through our mentorship, you can use the Auto Ungator tool for free. Otherwise, it's $69.99. You can see it here, or depending on where you're watching from. The Auto Ungator tool is an absolute banger, and that's just one feature of many that we have. We've been quite... we've got very unique solutions to a lot of the Amazon problems. Let's say it that way. We just need to package it in a way that's very user-friendly and everyone understands how to utilize it.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be good to get that out to the masses, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Like we damn well need to. So only used for A to A, right? Or could you, after the price, to give you an indication if it's an offer somewhere? So only used for A to A, right? Or could you alter the price to give you an indication if it's on offer somewhere? Yeah, I mean, you could. Amazon match other retailers and go on offer. So that's one way it would work. I've never used it that way personally. I just use it for A to A. And then when I find A to A leads, I always check Google Shopping to see what retailers are selling it, because they often price match. So when you find A to A leads, sometimes buying them from Amazon isn't even the cheapest way to buy it. So if you've got an electronics product that's £100 and Amazon is selling it for 50, but then you hit Google Shopping, you might see that Amazon is price matching John Lewis or Curry's. And if you buy it from John Lewis or Curry's, you can get student discount, you can get discount gift cards, you can get cashback. So technically you can buy it cheaper directly from Curry's. You can still buy it from Amazon as well, depending on how much you want to buy. But it's always a good idea to search Google Shopping when you find A to A leads.
It helps with order limits as well. Obviously, Amazon have got loads of order limits on. So if you're capped at only like 3 units, but it sells, I don't know, 500 times a month or something, and then you're going to want to buy more than that. And that's where if you do a reverse source with the Google Shopping, you can see if it is anywhere for sale, even if it's the same price, you can then buy from there as well, just to increase the amount of units you're increase the amount of units you're buying, and that'll definitely help you.
Maria in the background, I will add you into our streaming software another time, probably not now because we're live, but I'll add you into our streaming software so you can see the live chat. I didn't think about that, but I'll do that next time. Scott on YouTube, you said, what's the best way to contact you about your one-to-one coaching? You can drop us a message on Discord. I know you're watching on YouTube, so if you join our free Discord community, you can reach out to contact@sellersmart.io. That's another way. I'm just going to put that in the chat. So that's one way. So contact@sellersmart.io, or you can join our free Discord community. In the application process, as you join the server, just say what your social media handle was and say Sean told me to contact you here. We can reach out to you that way. Enter State Co. Hey up, how you doing, lad? Welcome. JJS, please explain the basic concepts of this. Sorry, I've missed some questions. So Elliot, no, I did answer that one. JJS, please explain some basic concepts of this. Sure. So we use software to find products and get them very cheaply and resell them on Amazon for profit. There are lots of different ways you can sell on Amazon to make money. We're in the niche of arbitrage and wholesale. So we buy from wholesalers, we buy from brands directly, we buy from retailers, and we buy from Amazon, and we resell them on Amazon for a profit. It's a very good model to do, very, very beginner friendly, very easy to get set up, and very cheap way to run a business that you can scale very quickly. If you look above in the TikTok chat, you can actually see Athea was saying earlier today how much they've managed to scale so quickly. And it's the conversations I have with people every day. I've got people anywhere from 18 years old all the way up to 55 years old getting into the Amazon game and being really impressed by the scale of it. So definitely give it a go if you feel like it's for you. It's not for everyone. It is challenging, does require work, and it's not get rich quick. But it's a really damn fun business model if you're the type of person to enjoy it.
Yeah, buddy.
Dan Sully, do you do FBM2? Is there reasons to choose FBA? Yeah, I'll tell you what, Sam, you answer that and then I'll say my side.
So yeah, occasionally I do FBM. It depends on what the product is, to be honest with you. Like, it's also rare I do FBM. FBM is good can be good for bigger and bulkier stuff. Because generally the fees are going to be a lot less. What you can ship out for is probably going to be cheaper than what Amazon would charge you and ship out, so that can have its benefits. But to be honest, like 99.9% of the stuff I do is FBA. It's just easier. I don't have to touch it. Warehouse doesn't have to touch it. What they do to prep it and send it in, but it's just easier to do FBA. Like they manage all their customer service. And I think when I first started, I did a lot of FBM, but that was just because of the nature of what we were selling and what the market was like. But nowadays, unless you're doing a huge amount of volume and you're constant and you've got like a warehouse and you're doing more wholesale stuff, then it could be worth doing FBM. But for the most part, there's just no real benefit with FBM. I think when you're first starting out, I tell a few of the mentorship people to do FBM just because it gets sales in quite quickly. And at the start, you're not really looking at making loads of profit. It's just a case of improving your seller metrics and getting some sales on your account. So that can help. A lot of the time, you will have to price a little bit lower than FBA to sort of win the buy box, especially if you're brand new. But yeah, for the most part, FBM is just not really. It's just not really worth it. You might as well just FBA, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with all points. I like FBM in terms of like specific occasions. So during Q4, when it's way too late to send your stock into FBA, FBMing it is amazing. Sometimes when I buy an A to A listing, if I want to try and sell it before other FBA sellers jump on and get there first, I sometimes do that as FBM. That can work really well. If you want to sell a product on other platforms like eBay, Vinted, wherever, and you know you can sell it on Amazon for FBM, you can just keep it at your house or your prep center and sell it that way. So those are the occasions I like FBM.
Yeah.
But FBA, the biggest benefit of using it is you get more time allocated in the buy box, and you can typically charge more. So say a product is selling for £10 at FBM price, you might be able to sell it for like 12, 13 quid FBA. Maybe these days not that high, but yeah, typically you can charge more and get more time in the buy box over FBM sellers.
Yeah, agreed. I think the Q4 one's a good example, especially there's a few products which I bought quite late into Q4, and I knew if I was going to send them into Amazon, I probably would have missed I probably wouldn't have got them checked in time. So yeah, I FBM'd them, and then I managed to sell all the products before Q4 or before, I guess, Christmas came. So that was super handy.
For sure. So Elliot, it stays I have zero inventory on by Amazon Central. The way you've written that is so hard to read, my friend. Central, but on SellerAmp it says 12 in stock on the off account. It says I have zero inventory on by Amazon and Seller Central, but SellerAmp says 12 in stock on the off account. Do you understand what that means?
Is that software he's talking about? By Amazon Central? What? No, I don't really.
My bad. Didn't realize the spelling was so bad. That's all good. It says I have zero inventory on by Amazon Central, but on SellerAmp it says 12 in stock on the off account. Maybe I'm assuming, have you sent stock in and your stock hasn't gone live yet? Is that what you mean? Maybe your stock is in FC transfer. If you check your Amazon shipments in Seller Central, what does it say on those? On Amazon Central, it says I have zero stock. Yeah, so if you check your shipments, I'm assuming you've sent stock in that isn't live yet, and maybe SellerAmp is saying it's in your stock. Got an email 3 days ago saying it's delivered. Yeah, does it again? Check your shipments on Amazon Seller Central. Does it say FC transferring or something like that? If it doesn't show as live, it's probably just give it a few days and it will show up.
Yeah, if you look in your inventory, it will tell you where it is, or your inventory ledger report, which if you go to the reports page in Amazon, you can find that. Or yeah, look in the actual shipment. Look in the shipment, and it will tell you sort of if it's been received or still sort of waiting to be checked in.
Godders, TikTok viewers, YouTube viewers. What do you mean by that, Godders? I'm intrigued. What do you mean by that? TikTok viewers more than YouTube viewers. Is that what you mean? More than? If so, true. Yeah, we get most of our questions on TikTok. Interstate Code. Did you have a good birthday, Sam? How's the baby doing, Sean?
I did have a very good birthday, thank you. I spent at a lovely hotel all weekend. Had a nice swimming pool. I felt like I was on holiday, to be fair. It was, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much.
And baby is doing really well. I also had a good birthday. Sam's is on the 11th, mine was on the 12th. And everyone was very excited to see my fiance because she is like massive right now. She is definitely about to pop. So it was really good to see my friends. And had a really good time. Baby is very healthy as well. Thank you for asking. She is enormous though. She's like 7 pounds with 3 weeks to go. And she is like 95th to 97th percentile in size now. So I think if she keeps growing, they might induce the labor early just because she, it can get quite dangerous if they're too big.
Do you know what we have in?
Yeah, it's a girl.
As a girl, yeah. So
I'm slightly less enthused by having a gigantic baby girl than I would be if it was a boy.
But today, 7. My daughter, when she was born, she was 7'11".
Yeah. Seven is normal, but the thing is they do most of their growth in the last month. So if she's 7 already and she's got 3 weeks to go, she can grow quite a lot in that time.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Rosa. That's going to be one hell of a birth.
She knew what she was getting into. All women say they want a guy over 6'2", but this is the reality of what it is, right?
Do they want a girl over 6'2" though?
No, maybe not.
WNBA.
Say again?
She can be a basketball player, mate. WNBA.
Maybe Latinos and Latinas are all really tiny, so I suspect it will even out that way. She'll might get a little bit of height from me, but I bet it will be nothing major.
Might get a midget boy and a massive girl.
That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Do you know, I always wanted to be taller than my dad when I was growing up, and I had 3 doctors and 2 nurses tell me I was 6'3", but I tested myself enough times. I'm 6'2". I really want to be 6'3". I think maybe my spine is compressed or something from weightlifting. But anyway, my dad was 6'4", and I never got to 6'4", and I was always annoyed I wasn't as tall as him.
Is your mum tall as well?
No, she's tiny.
Oh, is she?
Sam, your live has been flagged for hate speech and hateful behavior. Repeated violations could result in the live being discontinued.
It does this all the time. It does my head in.
Contains themes that may find uncomfortable if you... What? Live restricted for some audiences. Can you appeal that on your side? Yeah. Violation warning. Has it come up on your side?
Yeah, I've just appealed it.
Okay, it's just going to be AI flagging it falsely, isn't it?
Do it all the time.
Okay, Interstate Code. Any preferences on basic label printer I need, guys? Yes. If you're going to do Amazon long term, which Interstate Code, I know you're into it. In the beginners chat in our free Discord community, we have a pinned message about Munbim printers. So if you're going to get a desktop printer, Brother is by far the best. If you're going to get a thermal printer, which is what you need for Amazon, you absolutely need a thermal printer, unless you're going to go straight for a prep center. Then Munbim is really good for thermal printers, and we have the links for those in our free Discord community. And we don't get any commissions for those. It's just the printers we use.
Am I being really loud?
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's all good.
Sorry, I'm prepping as we speak. I've got 1,000 units, which I'm trying to get through. So I thought I'd use this time to prep and talk as well.
Maybe mute yourself in between harsh tape pulls.
Yeah, I probably should. OTG FBA said, how's June been for sales and spend? My sales have been okay, like nothing. I need to make sure these products aren't shown on the video, actually. Oh, God, 2 seconds. No, that's all good. So sales have been okay. I think I'm like maybe 50-ish K, maybe just under. And my spend has been, I've only really spent money with like one retailer this month, I swear. It's been slow. It has been 35K. So nothing wild. But again, it's been all with sort of one or two retailers, and it's been super high ROI stuff. So yes, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, everyone on TikTok, I will answer your questions, but I just want to give more context if people aren't aware. On TikTok, Sam above his head has a sales graph where one of the things we use in our marketing all the time is Sam does 2 million a year. Right now, Sam is working on a plan to reduce his revenue but increase his profit margin. So his revenue is going down. The amount of headaches he has is going down, but he's making way more profit. Revenue is for vanity, profit is for sanity, is the expression we use all the time. So it's been going really well for you, right? I think the last time we spoke, you said you'd made about 16K more profit than last year.
Yeah, so far pretty good. My revenue is less than it was last year. I think I'm like, the year to date, I'm 20% down in revenue, which is quite a lot. But I'm actually making, I think it was like roughly 16K, maybe more than that now, 16K more in profit, which for the first month is, first 6 months is pretty good. So if you can double that, I'm hoping I should make at least, especially with Q4 in the mix, I should make at least 40K more profit this year, with my revenue being like probably like down by like a quarter, which is pretty huge, to be fair. I'm pretty happy with that.
It's very impressive, and like you guys will understand as you scale, getting that big revenue means there's loads more ASINs you have to be aware of. The management of it just is a lot more time consuming. It's a lot harder to juggle the plates. I'm still getting the warning message that yours is containing themes some might find uncomfortable.
I did just appeal it and pressed a few buttons.
Our live is flagged as well. So is that AI or is that someone being a tit? How do I appeal it? I don't get an option to appeal it on my side.
There was something that flagged up and posted up for me to appeal, so I did that.
Okay, interesting. I'll have to check that. Nothing's on my side. Okay, right. So where did we last go? Was just setting up some friendly rivalry. Yeah, fair enough. I get what your comment meant now. How do you know when you need an actual? Okay, Jay Fines, how do you know when you need an actual brand invoice or just a wholesaler? So 99% of the time, we're not buying with brand invoices. We're buying with retailer invoices most of the time. And you can tell by adding the ASIN into Amazon Seller Central, and it will tell you the prerequisites that you need to do to ungate it. It will tell you if you're not allowed to use retail invoices. It will tell you how many units you need to buy. And typically, if it's 100, you're going to be buying more likely from a wholesaler than a retailer. But retailers have so many fewer headaches than wholesalers in our experience, because Amazon is constantly asking for supply chain information. So, retailers, Amazon knows what they're buying is legit. So you don't get those queries as often. But if Amazon hasn't heard of the wholesalers, it will ask for that supply chain information quite a lot. So buy from major retailers, should be fine. Buy from wholesalers when it's necessary. Amazon invoices work for everything, but you can't use them for ungating. So just remember that.
Yeah, they're really annoying. You used to be able to use them for ungating, and now they just seem to have like closed it down. They don't even want people doing it, which is which is annoying, to be honest. It used to be such an easy ungate.
Yeah, for sure. Where did you go? Dan Sully, loads of questions. Dangerous goods, specifically cosmetics. Any tips for sending into FBA cheap? Honestly, dangerous goods is expensive. The biggest tip I can give you is don't send in a box that isn't full, because you need to maximize the profit in the box. Otherwise, the costs are just going to get eaten into it.
Yeah.
When it comes to getting them cheap, pack link, parcel to go, just compare pricing there. You got any suggestions on getting it cheap?
Not really, just using a comparison site like you say. I use Packlink Pro for pretty much everything. I think use that. It's only so cheap you can get it. As long as you pack as much stuff as possible in the box, so it's actually worthwhile doing it. I think what I tell a few people to do as well with dangerous goods is FBM it, because sometimes that can be a bit easier to manage. But yeah, I think just use a comparison site, pack it as much as you can, and pretty much all you can do, to be honest, mate, is it's just one of those things which is more expensive to do, so you need to allow that in your profit calculation.
Dan, you said couriers want pound. Yeah, they do. It's really expensive. It's because dangerous goods includes things like flammable products or things that could potentially kaboom. I'm not going to say the word. And because of that, the couriers are more expensive. On an individual FBM basis, I've got to be honest with you, I just use Yodel or what's the other one? Almost every time. I've never had issues with it. Royal Mail has always caught me doing that, and this always cost me money. But on an individual FBM basis, I've always done that. Obviously, you can choose how cheeky you want to be. And I'm not advising anyone do that, obviously, because there's health and safety elements to that. But when it comes to sending to Amazon, it's just always expensive. Unfortunately, you just got to use comparison sites and maximize the box.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's doing individual stuff. It's just just finding the cheapest one. I tend to use Royal Mail for anything FBM or eBay, just because I find that's just a lot easier. Price isn't too bad. Yodel's definitely a lot cheaper. But yeah, Royal Mail is pretty good and pretty reliable, I think.
In my early days of Amazon, where I was bringing in cash flow, I did every delivery driving, and it is absolute chaos at the warehouses. It's absolute chaos. And then I've used Yodel, right? Yodel and Every have a really bad reputation. I've never once had a single problem with any Every or Yodel delivery, not once. Royal Mail, that has the reputation, constantly have problems with them, constantly. So it's different for everyone. Some people swear by Royal Mail, other people hate Every. I've never had an issue with Every, which again, I can't believe that, considering I've actually seen the warehouses. It's so chaotic. But yeah,
I'm the opposite on that. I use Every, although Every I've used I think I used it like 3 times, and I think almost every single time they messed it up. And so I was like, I'm never using them again. And then I used Yodel. Yodel were okay, but the pricing was a lot cheaper, but I did end up having some issues with them. Whereas with Royal Mail, I am not sure I've had any issues with Royal Mail. I bought one product from another seller, which I was selling on eBay. There was 440 units. Every single one of them went out of Royal Mail and didn't have one problem with them. So I think Royal Mail for me is definitely better. But again, it depends what area you live in as well. And it depends what the I guess not really a fulfillment center, what the I guess the parcel center or whatever is like near you, and what the delivery drivers are like, and all sorts. There's a lot of different factors to play into it, to be honest. And this is why I'm actually prepping all this stuff I'm prepping now, because I usually get it sent to my prep center, but when I get it sent to the prep center, the box arrives and it's always missing. Almost every package is missing some form of units, and it's always from this retailer. It's so frustrating, and then trying to get refunds and reimbursements from the retailer is just next to impossible. They just close your account, they refuse to speak to you, so it's just so difficult. So that's why, and that's just because of it's all Every, and that's all the Every drivers. They just dip their hands into it and just take it. So that's why I'm self-prepping all of this stuff. It's an absolute pain, but it's the only way I know actually going to get all the units delivered to me.
I've joined the Discord waiting for approval. Jay Fines, can you let me know your Discord username? Maybe drop me a message on Discord. I'm not going to say the whole name, but are you JCAP? Are you that one? Let me know. Enter state code, perfect. I was actually going to ask Sam about your prep center tonight anyway. Yeah, do it. Reese is at the prep center. The new prep center today is going to be really busy. But if you want to jump on a call with him tomorrow, you can. He'll talk you through the process. It's really good. Our prep center is really, really good. I don't think we've ever lost a client, and we've got about 50 right now. We're expanding into a bigger unit. We've got really good automations with our prep center. So as soon as you export the lead and you tell us how much you want to buy, the rest of the process is automated.
Is Interstate J?
I don't remember. Interstate Co. Are you Jay?
Because did he say he's got a call with me tonight?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I thought that's what he said, right? He was going to ask me tonight.
Yes, mate. Yes, mate. It's Jay.
Oh, it is Jay. Oh, hello, mate. How are you?
Lovely. Yeah. And interstate code. So Jay said 35k a month spend, nothing wild. Yeah, to be honest with you, mate, Sam usually spends like 100 grand. So 35k in comparison is quite low for him, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been pretty low. I haven't really. I've just been focusing on this one retailer, to be honest, and just spamming as many orders as I can through it. And then because I've been self-prepping a lot the last week, it just means I haven't really been able to look for other deals. So yeah, but yeah, it's low for me. But obviously everything is relative, right?
Jay, I just added you into the server, mate, and I'll drop you a message. Let me know if you need anything, all right? Everyone else in this call, we've got a free Discord community, over 1,600 members. We've got one-to-one coaching, group coaching. We've got a prep center, virtual assistant recruitment. We've got software, an auto-ungator tool, the only tool of its kind around the world, and account recovery expert. We've got everything you guys need. So be sure to check out our free Discord community and schedule a call with us if you want any coaching or anything like that.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Dan Sully, tried parcel to go, but it says you can't send dangerous goods.
Give try Packlink Pro, see what that says.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've always used Packlink. Lots of people tell me they find cheaper rates on parcel to go. I've never personally found that.
I always find they tend to be the same, but sometimes Packlink has more options.
That's what I found as well. Yeah. Try Packlink and see how you get on. Jay, you gave it a go 4 years ago. All right, cool. Mate, I've got a little bit of time today after this. Like, Sam, when are you live until today?
Until 3 o'clock. I've got a call at 3.
All right, Jay, do you want to have a call at 3 o'clock? Let me know if you're free, because I've got a little bit of time after this live, but then I have to go and record content after that. Our marketer is going to have an aneurysm if I don't send her content. She is absolutely desperate for me to record. It's been too hot, though. Dan Sully with the thumbs up. Very cool. We've got any other messages? Scott, you gave the thumbs up to over there. Yeah, book you in for 3. Okay, perfect. I will do that now, mate.
Is this guy in the prep center?
No, this is Jay in the call. Sold 4 years ago, and he's going to give it another go. So we'll jump on a call.
Nice.
Jay Fines 1. I swear we were talking to another Jay Fines, but I don't remember the 1 being at the end of it.
Yeah, maybe I'm in Jay Fines. I recognize the name for sure.
Okay.
Not enough space there.
You said you had 1,000 units of that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one.
Yeah, I bet it is. All right, what else we got today? So you got us for another 20 minutes, guys. What would you like to learn today before we give it a rest in 20 minutes? I do have topics on my side that I can bring up.
How's the obviously mentioned the prep center? Reese has been in there doing painting and all sorts. When's the actual move going to be? Like, when are you starting to get people to send products there, and when are you going to do the full transition?
We are hoping 1 to 2 weeks. Reese today had to receive the pallets. The pallets of racking. So all of the shelving stuff turned up today. Reese was gonna spray paint it all Seller Smart blue, but it's turned up and it's just way too big and bulky. So we're just gonna keep it the color it's at.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1 to 2 weeks, we should be finished and ready to go. We'll let all of our prep clients know to start sending to the new unit. Our prep team is really excited, and we're almost immediately going to hire another prep staff member just because we're starting to get really big clients now, so it's getting a lot busier. And it's interesting. Ada and our team reckons we'll outgrow it in a couple of years. Reese and I reckon we're going to outgrow it within 6 months. And I'm going to see it as a personal challenge to see if we can outgrow it in 6 months.
Q4 room, but that's going to be big.
Black Friday in Q4 is going to be hella busy. So much so that I might go and stay in the area and make sure I'm there to help out.
But then you don't want to get blindsided by Q4 and think that that's going to be the new normal either, because it is generally short term until January kicks in, then it dies a death, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If you hired a bunch of permanent, excuse me, I needed to sneeze. If you hire a bunch of permanent staff because of the Q4 rush and then it dies off afterwards, you just wasted money on the salary. So we'll play the game. It's an interesting business model, prep centers, because you make money and then your costs go up because you have to hire more staff or you have to buy machinery. Then you make money and your costs go up. Then you make money and you have to go to a bigger unit, which costs excessively more money. So it's an interesting business model, but we've been told by someone, if you just keep pushing through, it eventually does grow past the cost.
I think as the team get more, I guess you get to use the space better and utilize it more efficiently, and then the team get a bit more efficient and processes get better, then that's when you can effectively do more units with the same amount of staff, you would have thought, and then that's when it makes a difference.
Well, Reese, when he was a project manager for Ford, he did a lot of the production line setups. Very smart guy. So he did all of the floor plan of the new prep center, and he's got it down to the craziest efficiencies. Like he was telling me the other day, if you add, I think it was something like 10 steps in a process, you've essentially removed 30 minutes of work from a person over an 8-hour period, because they're walking and spending so much time moving. So when you're setting up the structure of the floor plan, you need it as efficient as possible to maximize your output. And we're looking into really cool Chinese machines that do the polybagging really, really quickly and everything like that. And
I've seen them. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was saying to the guys in the team, as soon as they're capable, I want to start hiring robots to work 24 hours a day in there as well.
That would be a game changer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's one of our mentalities as a business. We don't ever want to use automation or AI to get rid of human jobs. We want to use them as tools so that the humans in our company can do their jobs far better. That's how we perceive it.
Or even just do it so they can work when humans can't, sort of thing, like you say, overnight and all that sort of stuff.
Jay, how did you keep going when you first started? For me, I was really, really, really hyperactive about it. I was really hyped by it, I should say. So I thought it was a scam on Instagram when I first saw it, because I watched an Instagram reel about it. And when I joined, it was in 2023 when it was super, super viral and popular. It's not as viral and popular these days, which means it's less competitive, which is really good. And when I sent some products in and I sold them and I proved it worked, I was so excited by it, because I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking like an entrepreneur. I was thinking like an employee. So learning, getting through all the problems and everything like that, I loved it. I really enjoyed the journey. What I did wrong was I got completely carried away and I kept trying to do multiple business models at the same time. And it ended up biting me in the ass. And that's why I ended up losing money on those elements. But the Amazon side of things was always super consistent and a banger. How about you, Sam?
I think because the momentum just keeps growing. I guess it depends. For me, every month is sort of within reason better than the last. Spend is always increasing. The business is always growing. And I think that in itself was enough to keep me doing it. I know it works. And I think seeing other people around me doing really, really well at it, it just meant that's just what, it just kept me going, because I know what's possible. I know what other people are doing. So there's no reason why I can't do that as well. And I think that was enough motivation for me to keep going, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure. Glenn, I just saw you in the background. How you doing, mate? You've been very quiet today.
Glenn, how you doing?
Sam, you'll like this comment. Taha said, "Can you get in quotations as well?" So I think it's copied from AI. Can you give me a supplier and work with each other? I really appreciate the hustle, mate. I live by the mentality: don't ask, don't get. So I'm always cheeky. I always ask for things. I'm not going to give you a supplier because no
I know
Amazon
your
seller.
supplier. Really good one.
Curries, boots, John Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah, you got three there, three suppliers.
Yeah. So, mate, we do arbitrage and wholesale and brand direct, right? We have a free top 200 UK suppliers with all of their VAT information in our server. When it comes to like suppliers, wholesalers, whatever, an Amazon seller is never going to give you that because that's their bread and butter. If I give it to you, you're going to start using it. It becomes more competitive. You might give it to someone else. It just doesn't make sense. So it's a question beginners always ask, but you're asking the wrong question. You need to learn the skill so that you can find suppliers yourself. Asking people to do the work for you in that context doesn't work because if that supplier stops working, your entire business model falls apart. In comparison, if you've learned how to fish, uh, you can go back out and start fishing again. You can find more suppliers. If you've learned the skill, you can find the suppliers. So it's a beginner question that everyone always asks. Try to reframe it in your mind and think differently. Think about it as a skill that you need to develop. And as I say, we've got loads of free resources if you want to use those. But yeah, those are the supplies we'll give you. We won't be giving any more. Afternoon, lads. Thank you, Glenn. Welcome. Unless you end up in boots jail, of course. Boots jail does. It's never happened to me, to be honest. But I also avoided boots a fair bit unless the deal was really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I must be in boots still. I haven't ordered from them for a long time, but I think last time I did, I remember I went for a stage now cancelling pretty much everything. So I would assume I am in boots jail, and it's a shame because some of their products do really well, but likewise some of them do absolutely horrifically as well.
I always wonder what goes on in the background to lead to that decision because you'd imagine Boots would make a lot of money selling to Amazon sellers, but they must be in talks with Amazon, and there must be like Amazon trying to get them to. I don't know. Why do you think it is they don't? Retailers don't like resellers.
A lot of it is to do with their brand relationship. So if the brand, I don't know, Nivea, for example, have got contracts in place with Boots, part of their contracts is the products are to be sold to like end users, and they're not to be sold for people to resell and make profit on. So I can imagine a lot of it is those reasons. So if they see like if a brand sees the product like a Nivea product being saturated on Amazon, and they know they've got a relationship with Boots, they're going to go straight to Boots and say that why is this product on Amazon for £4 when it should be retailing at £8, and then they're probably going to get in trouble for that. So I can imagine that is the issue the majority of times, probably.
Yeah, good point. That's more than likely it.
Because otherwise, you think like, for me, if someone approached me and say, I want to buy every single unit you have of these products, I'd be like, yeah, take them all. I would absolutely love it, and if you need more, let me know and I'll get you more. Whereas with them, it's not quite the you don't get quite the same response to you.
No. All right, Sam, I'm going to give you a pop quiz question. Let's see if you can see the direction I'm going with it.
Oh, yeah.
When might your ROI be wrong? How might you be calculating your ROI incorrectly?
When might your ROI be wrong?
Yeah.
Is this like an ROI you calculated yourself, or an ROI you're taking from a software?
Let's say you're using SellerAmp SaaS and you're analyzing the listing. When might the ROI calculation you're doing be wrong? What could the user be doing to make the calculation incorrect?
I guess the not inputting the correct cost of goods. So if you're inputting a X VAT figure cost of goods as opposed to an including VAT figure cost of goods, that could give you a wrong ROI. If you haven't got any fees and inbound shipping fees, or like prep fees included in your seller amp settings, that's probably going to give you the incorrect ROI. I feel like there's something I'm missing though. What's the answer?
That was exactly what I was going for. Yeah, and CNL in the chat, he got it right as well. He said VAT settings. I wanted to ask it because loads of people don't realize you can go into your seller amp settings and you can actually customize your inbound costs, your VAT settings, your prep fee, and everything like that. So exactly what Sam said. If your inbound settings, we set it to 40p per kilo. If you set them to 40p per kilo, you set your VAT settings and you set your prep costs, your profit calculation is going to be a lot more accurate. Equally, if you are reviewing a listing and the price is inflated, you might be thinking, wow, this is going to be 100% ROI. Historically, if you check the listing sells for a lot less than that, that might also be leading you to an incorrect ROI figure, because when the product goes live, it might go back down to the normal price.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. And I think it's so important to have inbound shipping fee, like really important, especially with so I guess prep fee is very important when you've got low value products, because let's say you pay 50p for prep, and if you're buying a product for like, I don't know, 10 quid, and the profit you're making is £1.50, £2, like a 50p additional prep fee makes a big difference on the overall profit of that product. So if you're making £2 profit, when in reality you're only making £1.50 because 50p is prep, there's quite a huge chunk. It's like 25% of the profit gone on prep. So I think that is super important. You need to make sure you have that. And then with bigger, bulkier, heavier stuff, it's super important to have the inbound shipping fee on, because if you don't have that on, then I guess when you're doing your seller amp calculation, it's going to assume that the shipping into Amazon is free when it might not be. So as an example, if you've got a printer, you bought the printer for, let's say, 30 quid, 30 quid, you're making £5 profit per sale on the printer, which, that looks great. But the printer's pretty big, it's pretty bulky. So you need to then send that into Amazon on its own. It'll be in its own box or have its own label on it. Now that shipping can cost anywhere from £3 to like £5. So when you think you're making £5 profit, but you actually have to spend £3 to £5 shipping, sending the product into Amazon, you're not really making any profit at all. And if you don't have that in seller amp, then you're never gonna see that. So super important. You need to have the inbound shipping fee on.
For sure. All right, what are the ones that we got? What's your process for dead stock? How long are you, like, how many months are you holding on to buy box price before you cut your losses and cut the price down? And when do you like liquidate and just sell at whatever price you can to get it back?
It massively depends what the listing looks like. I'm happy to hold some stuff for like 6 months if the listing looks like it's going to recover, but it's all about the recovery of the listing. If the listing looks like it's just never going to recover and it's just super low, then I probably would get rid of a lot quicker. But if a listing looks like sellers are actually coming off and their buy price is actually increasing and I haven't got that much longer to hit, I'd happily hold it and wait. So I think 6 months is like an average, or not an average, like 6 months is generally what it is. But again, it's dependent on listing, how it looks, how the next few weeks and months are going to look, and how that's going to differ, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Typically speaking, if you can tell, right, if you're selling a product that's selling 100 times a month and a certain amount of sellers join the listing with a certain amount of stock, you can calculate how quickly they're going to sell through their stock and how long you'll have to hold yours before the price should recover and sell it. And I'm the same as Sam. If it gets to that 6 month mark and it doesn't look like the listing's going to recover, it's better to just sell the product, get your money back. And obviously you can utilize other platforms, PPC, other ways to get rid of the stock. But yeah, money that's tied up and not being recycled is costing you money in the long run. So sometimes it is just better to cut your losses, sell it, get your cash back, and buy other products.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes waiting out to hit like an extra 5% ROI, but you're waiting 3 months to do that. Is that really going to be worth it, or are you just better off selling quicker and then recycling that money and putting it into stock, which is going to perform a bit better?
Yeah, for sure. Athea said contacted Cards to Cash live chat and they've said ticket will be created. Hopefully they hear back soon so you can purchase the stock. Yeah, hopefully so. They're usually pretty quick and responsive. To anyone who doesn't know, I just realized I still haven't added it to this banner, so I'll do that. We have a custom portal with Cards to Cash. So if you want to buy discount gift cards, join our free Discord community, buy them from our platform. We barely make any money on it, but the more people that use it, the higher the discounts we can get the community members. It's a really amazing value add to the community. So if you're struggling to find products profitably, you need to use discount gift cards. You need to use coupons. The other day, we realized that the majority of the people in our server were not using the discount gift card portal. At the same time, people were telling me they can't find any profitable products. I'm like, 6, 7. No, I'm joking. But it's related, right? You're not utilizing all the tools you have to make the product cheap, and you're not being able to find products cheap enough. The two are correlated. So discount gift cards, coupons, cashback, student discounts, NHS, all of that, utilize all of them.
There's a lot more chat in the since that in the group of people trying to look at gift cards anyway, especially in the one-to-one chats. A lot of people have been mentioning it. The use of gift cards and getting the products cheaper. So that's obviously worked, whatever you said to them.
Yeah, for sure. I used Argos ones and worked great. Thank you. No problem at all. Yeah, Brandon in our mentorship changed a like 27% ROI product into a 44% ROI product. And as far as I'm aware, he's had no competition on it because most people don't use discount gift cards. I used to buy from Currys all the time, would buy really good electronics deals, never had competition because the only way it was profitable was with discount gift cards. And I was the only one doing it. So I really do think Seller Smart made this popular in the UK. Everyone does it in the US. And it's been really hard to convince people in the UK to do it because so many people are concerned about how it works with accountancy. But if you're not doing it, you're sleeping. You're sleeping on it. You can make so much more money utilizing it. Definitely give it a go. And as I say, use our specific portal. You get first dibs access to cards. You get unlimited discount gift card purchasing, unlimited ones at like 3 to 5%. And you've got bigger discounts as well, anything up to 30% on some of them. And obviously you can use them for personal shopping as well. So if you want to go to TK Maxx or whatever, you can buy them from there. So definitely give it a go.
JB used a fair few for personal, didn't she?
Yeah, I do as well. Like literally every time I use Deliveroo or Just Eat, I buy from our portal, I buy discount gift cards.
Yeah, there you go. Banger.
You save Athea saved an extra 6% and increased my profits. Yeah, not only are you increasing profits, but if other people start to tank the listing, you're going to be able to go lower in price while still being profitable. That's one of the key benefits of it. You make more money and you have a bigger security blanket at the same time. I was a bit skeptical with how it works, but it's all good. What caused your skepticism with it? What was causing you to be skeptical? I'm interested.
A lot of people get skeptical about it.
Yeah, lots of people do. As I say, it's been really interesting trying to convince people to do it because everyone in America does it. Everyone does. And we are potentially partnering up with some American sellers soon who are going to help us train Americans in our mentorship. And they were saying they watched our live call where we were talking about gift cards and they would message me and they were like, mate, you're 100% right. Why does no one in the UK use this? And I was like, I don't know. I really don't know. You make so much more money and most people sleep on it.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Very strange.
It is. It's 3 o'clock. Do you need to vamos or you got 2 more minutes?
Mate, yeah, I've got a call.
All right, no worries. Right, guys, thank you ever so much for joining. We are sorry for missing a few sessions last week. We'll be back on form up until my baby comes, and then I'm going to be a ghost. Sam, thank you for joining, and everyone else, join the free Discord community, schedule a call with us, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you later, guys. Thank you, Sean, mate.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.